Satanists have been really acting up lately, and I don't know what's really going on here. Maybe we have just reached a boiling point in the spiritual battle that is undoubtedly happening around us, or something along those lines, because these freaks are buzzing like a freaking hornet's nest. Just a couple of days ago, they tried to hold a black mass ceremony literally at the state capital of Kansas. And I put out a video about that, but chances are you did not see it because YouTube demonetized that video and they crushed its reach. Because for some reason, look, if I wanted to sit on here and make fun of Christianity, if I wanted to sit on here and say a bunch of blasphemous stuff about Jesus, I could do it all day. But if you criticize Satanists or point out the crazy stuff they're doing, you will be demonetized. This platform does not support you calling out evil stuff. And the only way we can combat that is with your help. Liking the videos, sharing the videos, commenting on the videos. It really helps. And because these videos get demonetized, all my hard work is basically for nothing. They don't even allow my videos to really get shared out there in the algorithm. So if you would like to help the channel, and take it one step further, you could drop a super thanks or send a cash app. It's always greatly appreciated. But for now, let's get into this sicko story, okay? Now, like I said, they just tried to have a black mass ceremony at the Kansas state capitol a few days ago, and now a Satanist who is actually a janitor at a school in New Jersey, yeah, they're hiring Satanists to work at the schools. This guy got arrested and he's been charged with doing some unspeakable things. Like, honestly, folks, it's so disgusting that I don't even really want to make this video. I don't want to talk about this. But I do have a lot of subscribers from New Jersey. A lot of subs that I gained as I was talking about the drones that were plaguing New Jersey for a while. And I hear that there's still drones flying around New Jersey. But I gained a lot of subs from New Jersey while covering that story. And when I came across this story, even though it's disgusting and I don't want to talk about it, I figured, it's better that I do so I can alert people who are living in New Jersey about the evil, wicked stuff that's happening in their backyard. Because let's just go ahead and get into it. Satanist New Jersey janitor sentenced after putting poop and body fluid in kids' school food. An elementary school janitor in New Jersey has been sentenced to 8 years in jail after admitting he deliberately contaminated students' cafeteria food with poop and fluids. Giovanni Impellizzeri, 27, a self-identified Satanist who claimed to be doing the devil's work, pleaded guilty to second-degree official misconduct and third-degree possession of, let's just call it, kiddie videos, if you know what I mean. So this guy was in possession of some videos of kids that he should not be in possession of. Now, this came after a plea deal that led to additional charges being dropped against the janitor, including aggravated assault, endangering a child's welfare, and tampering with food products. The Cumberland County Prosecutor's Office announced in a press release that Giovanni must serve 5 years of his sentence before he is eligible for parole. The former janitor was caught after police were told about footage of him performing sexual acts on inanimate objects at Elizabeth F. Moore School in Bridgeton, New Jersey. Messages retrieved from his phone exposed the depth of his depravity, according to Need to Know, an Australian television show. He states, honestly, I put bleach in their food before. They were fine. Just a little sick. Oh well, not my problem. He also indicated, I am effing sick in the head. I admit that. And he indicated that, oh my God. He indicated that they had taco meat before, and he put some poop in there and mixed it with the taco meat, and none of the kids knew the difference. They ate that right up, he says. The janitor is reported to have coated kitchen utensils used in the cafeteria with his saliva, urine, and feces. He also placed bread on his slong, anus, and balls before spitting on it. Giovanni even filmed and documented his activities. He mixes the spray into the cucumbers, then he spits in the cucumbers, then he sprays some more into the cucumbers. He then looks at the camera and says, "Oh, they smell just like effing bleach, dude. They're going to get so effing sick of this or off this S. They're going to get so effing sick, dude," he excitedly says into the camera. He then proceeds to put the plastic wrap back onto the container of cucumbers. In court, he apologizes to his victims when addressing the judge. "I feel very bad about it," he said. "I wish I could go back in time and not do it, but it's done now and I realize I have to pay for it." His lawyer, Emily Bell, claimed her client was not a bad person, but he just did a bad thing. "He did some bad things and he's going to pay for it," she said. He's not a bad person? He's not a bad person, really? I mean, everything I just read pretty much shows me that he's a horrible person. He's beyond bad. It's times like this when I read stories like this that I'm like, you know what? It's probably a good thing that I'm not in charge of the laws and stuff in this country. Because the way I feel about stuff like this, there's not going to be a trial. We're not going to come sit down in court and do all the formalities. No. You need to be publicly terminated, in my opinion. Like stuff like this, no, sitting in jail for a few years isn't okay. You don't poop in people's taco meat and literally put bleach all over kids' food and do all of this gross stuff and then say, "Oh man, I wish I didn't do that. That was a mistake. I feel bad." You don't come back from that. I fully believe that you can do bad, horrible things in life and you can learn from it, you can grow from it, and you don't have to be the same person you were when you did those things, right? But there's some things I don't feel like there's any coming back from. I don't feel like you're in the mental place, as a 20-something, this guy's almost 30 years old. I don't feel like you're in a mental space at that age where you're like, all right, I'm going to poop in people's food and I'm going to do all of this evil stuff. And then you realize 5 years later, hey, I don't want to poop in people's food and do this evil stuff anymore. No, there's no coming back from it. You are a lost cause. You are a blemish upon our society, a blemish that should be removed. I don't feel like this guy should ever be able to enter back into society. I don't feel like this guy should even be breathing right now, if you personally ask me. I am so effing disgusted that this is how I started out my morning today, okay? You guys started out your morning with the morning coffee, maybe reading a little news, eating a bagel. I started out by reading this sick and twisted stuff, and it's got my stomach churning. I don't want breakfast, and it's just kind of put me in a bad mood already for the day. But I'm going to try to get past that, for sure. But yeah, man, it just makes you wonder. It really makes you wonder how many people out there are like this. Because I guarantee you there's a good chance that either I or one of you watching this video, we may have unknowingly eaten poop before. There may be Satanists putting poop in our food when we were in school. I don't know. Listen, the lunch ladies and janitors we had when I was going to school, I don't think they would do something like this. They were all pretty cool. Most of them were like older, like kind of thick, fatter ladies. You know what I mean? Where they're hiring people right now, I don't know. But it feels like the public school system, it feels like they've literally gone out there and they've tried to hire all of the worst people imaginable. Every day I wake up, it's, janitor arrested for putting poop into food. Then I wake up the next day, this coach was peeing in people's water bottles. Then I wake up the next day, this teacher was sleeping with all of her students. Then I wake up the next day, hey, this teacher was making her students put on screen masks before they gangbanged her. And I'm just like, where are y'all finding these people? Where are they finding these sick fucks that they're allowing into the public school system? All I know is I need to start saving money now, because when I have kids, I don't want my kids going to school around stuff like this. It is so freaking scary. And they have conversations about how people are having less kids these days, or they're having kids older, because it's freaking scary. As someone who does not have kids yet, it is terrifying thinking about bringing kids into this world, knowing about all of the wicked stuff going on around us. We can't feel safe to put our kids in daycare. We can't feel safe to send our kids to school. We can't feel safe with our kids around doctors, wanting to pump them with all... I could go all freaking day. I'm glad this guy was caught. I do think that there's something going on right now that is causing all of these Satanists to come out of the woodwork, doing all of this horrible stuff. Maybe it's the fact that Donald Trump won the election. You know, a lot of crazy people go crazy when that happens. So I don't know what is going on right now, but just be aware that these people are acting up. It's not going to be the last headline that we see about a Satanist doing something weird within the coming weeks. I guarantee you I'll be right back here on this channel talking about something crazy again soon. But for now, let me know your thoughts down below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all very soon in the next video.